On November 14th, it will be the beginning of Global Entrepreneurship Week, an event that was started by the Kauffman Foundation of Kansas City, the Entrepreneurship Foundation. They started the event about 7 years ago, I believe, and I have been involved with it for, this will be my 5th year of being involved. In a couple of years, 2 of the years, I was actually in Kansas City to learn more about the Kauffman Foundation and how they dealt with Global Entrepreneurship Week right there. And we also had an opportunity to visit with a lot of small businesses in Kansas City. Kansas City is a great community for small business. I was very impressed on the energy and the organization that I saw. And one Global Entrepreneurship Week, I'll bet I interacted with about 100 small businesses in an event that one of the Chamber of Commerce's sponsored that day. But each year I try to do something different in the community with Global Entrepreneurship Week. 2 things are going to happen for sure as far as our involvement. Number one, we will be doing something with entrepreneurship in Nigeria, which is in West Africa. We are probably going to actually formally introduce Humphrey Akanazu, his efforts, and hopefully many Nigerians will get interested in starting a business, which Humphrey believes that it's extremely important for not only the economy of Nigeria, but also because Nigeria is a country that a lot of folks struggle with problems. And one of the biggest problems Humphrey shares with me is the crime that exists in Nigeria. But his theory is that if that energy were put into starting new businesses, that wonderful, wonderful things would happen in Nigeria. And so we're very much impressed with that, and our community, David's Barter community, is going to get quite involved in that whole effort. The other thing that we know is going to happen that week, and it's interesting that it's happening that second week in November and not the first week, which it has been for the last 10 years, is an event right here in Cincinnati that I've been involved with for probably 7 or 8 years, called Accounting for Kids Day. And it was an event, a one-day event that was started, as I said, about 10 or 11 years ago by an accounting firm here in Cincinnati by the name of Cooney, Faulkner, and Stevens. And I was impressed from the very first time that I got involved in it. Volunteers, and this year there'll probably be 500 or 600 volunteers in different aspects, different walks of life, going into the public schools in Cincinnati, and with a program targeted towards basically 5th and 6th graders. Actually, I just got some information this week that the game that we have been playing for the last 10 years, a new game is being introduced. So I can't even share with you what that's about, but I'm going to go do some training on it. I don't even know what it's about. Prior to this year, it was about the stock market, and there were 3 or 4 companies that were fictitious companies that the students learned about, and they would learn about the stock market. And fairly complicated game, but we had a good time teaching the students about it. They were very excited. And the wonderful thing was that seed of entrepreneurship, of, of being in business, of having a business, of starting a business, was planted among those 5th and 6th graders, many of them. And I vividly, the story that I remember the most, in a classroom where I was in, one of the young students said that she puts money into a piggy bank every week so that someday she can start a business. And I was just totally moved by I don't know if she was a 5th grader or 6th grader at the time, by a student who said that's what she does. And there's no better place to start with the spirit and the learning of entrepreneurship than with grade school students, high school students, college students. And in fact, if you go to davidsbarter.com /entrepreneurs, you will learn about our Entrepreneurs Fun Game. And there are 8 different categories, sociographic categories, where you can enter to play the game. 3 of those are students of entrepreneurship. Grades 6 through 8, grades 9 through 12, and college and university students. 3 different sociographic categories that you can enter to play the game. And there will be 9 winners among those students of entrepreneurship. 9 folks or groups of folks who create a landing page, and that landing page generates the most cash flow from now until the end of the year. And there's 71 days left to play the game in the 2012. 9 folks will win complimentary subscriptions to our managed, optimized bandwidth. That's what a landing page in the community actually means. 9 students of entrepreneurship will win because their landing pages have generated the most cash flow. So let's take a look at a short video, under 3 minutes. It's being delivered by Jonathan Portman, who is the CEO of Global Entrepreneurship Week. I actually met Jonathan probably 4 years ago for the first time. And let's take a look at it. And not only pay attention to the message, but pay attention to the technology of the message and how it was put together, because it's some fascinating new ways, a new way to tell a story. I actually got an email this week from a company who does this. It's called Sketchbook Technology, and it costs a lot of money, but it creates quite an interesting video. So let's take a look at Jonathan and his message of Global Entrepreneurship Week.
I'm Jonathan Portman, and I'm with Global Entrepreneurship Week. Global Entrepreneurship Week is challenging to understand in some respects because it's 35,000 events happening at the same time in 125 different countries. Global Entrepreneurship Week offers you the opportunity to kind of test your aptitude. Join a networking event. Come and meet a mentor. Come experience a boot camp. Come and experience some other element of the startup community in your city, in your town, and learn about whether or not at some point in your life you may have the interest and the skill to be able to join a startup. And I think this has been effective in allowing people to feel that they're not only driving more of their fellow citizens to consider the path of entrepreneurship in their own countries, but they're learning and participating with people from other nations. It's really in the hearts and the minds of the individuals in each of these countries. There's a way that now we think entrepreneurs might be the force for change in their countries to things beyond just economic change, that they can actually make the world a better place. The field of entrepreneurship is no longer something of narrow commercial significance. It's something of more cultural consequence. It's something that represents the possibility of human endeavor for the benefit of all. The globalization of startup communities actually gives the world a much better chance at solving some of the intractable challenges of the decades past. So in a sense, we see more citizens trying their hand at helping the world innovate its way out of its challenges. The world needs more entrepreneurs. It's a question of inspiring more people to recognize that it's more important to the future of their societies than they previously recognized. Global Entrepreneurship Week is an idea bigger than all of the communities that make it up, and it represents something that we can all aspire to, which is to be part of one global community of people ferreting out better ways of doing things and improving the lives of our citizens.
Okay, there it is. Unleashingideas.org. I don't know if you saw it at the end. That is the official website of Global Entrepreneurship Week. I encourage you to go and get involved. Sign up for it. It is truly an inspirational thing. It's truly a powerful thing, as folks from around the world, and you heard Jonathan say, there's 35,000 events around the world involving, and I don't know if I remember him saying it just now, but in the past, more than 10 million people will be involved in events of the week, and it starts to once again plant the seed and create the interest and the energy and the motivation for entrepreneurs to start a business. And that is indeed the message of David's Barter community. And we hope that you will not only get involved in Global Entrepreneurship Week, but become an active, registered member of our community, create a complimentary community marketing profile for yourself. Only 6 fields of information. None of it is private information. All of it is important marketing information that you would want to share with somebody to tell them what it is that you do. What is the marketing message of your company? How do you position yourself? How do you brand yourself? We encourage, as always, the use of small business keywords. Once people come in the front door of the community, that's how they will find your very optimized, very Googleized community landing page, by your strategic use of important small business keywords that identify what you do and why people should come and learn about what you do and what kind of value can you bring into their lives if they do business with you. So what we try to do in our community is explained ever so well in Global Entrepreneurship Week, and perhaps that's what originally attracted me to get involved with the group. As I said, this is my 5th year, will be my 5th year of a distinguished partner of the group, and I've got partnership agreements on my wall over there. That's what I'm looking at over there. So if you are a student of entrepreneurship, or you know a student of entrepreneurship, or and everybody knows an entrepreneur who has a small business. Everybody knows somebody who has a small business, or you're involved in a small business in some way in your life. Tell those folks about it. Tell them about the community. And in our next segment, we will share a message, a special message for folks wanting to start a business who are older than 60 years old. So if you know someone, tell them about it, or send the next YouTube video to them.